The one they dealt with outside seemed much more straightforward and brutish, vastly underestimating the party and its abilities. Whereas inside, Brienne, the old lady whose house this cottage belonged to, and also apparently the kidnapper of Bertold, the young boy, was much more devious and elusive with her powers, as she too transformed herself into one of these creatures. It was also interesting to note that as soon as any of you passed through the threshold into the house, it immediately became larger, and retroactively we were able to deduce that there was some sort of illusion enchantment placed upon the house to make it look more humble than the nearly 30-foot structure that it was. A long and arduous battle was held between the party and Brienne, who used both the darkness, her innate ability to fly and be invisible, as well as her every single one of her magical abilities to bring the party to its breaking point, and was able to, however briefly, knock two of you unconscious. However, she was unable to withstand the divine might of Dinar, who was able to command her down to the ground, and with a coordinated strike, the party essentially butchered her upon the ground. Immediately, a desperate investigation took place, and when all hope seemed lost, a secret door was discovered. And within the trapped door that Millen discovered to be, as a bolt was flying towards his face, thankfully he was able to was able to dodge most of the damage. 3 children, small children inside, one of them being Bertold, the younger brother that you were all looking for. You ushered the children out, taking great care to make sure they did not see the ghastly scene that was the thoroughly cut up and dissected corpse of Brienne herself in her large ogre mage form. And as you left, you set fire to the house after looting most of what you deemed to be its valuable possessions. And as the illusion broke and the structure itself collapsed, you now stand, I would say, close to evening time. We're pushing about maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon or so. You all now stand at the edge of the clearing. What would you like to do?
I clutch my chest and cough up blood, and I say, "Guys, I could use a nice long rest."
I mean, we should probably take everyone back first.
Indeed. Unless you wish to rest among the ashes.
Is the house still on fire, or is it
You just set it on
Set it on fire.
like minutes ago.
And what time is it about?
Also, I just said it was 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Around.
but like, what time zone?
And also, north is that way.
Showtime.
I'm gonna just throw this out there that I'm assuming Ezya's Rethanir and the children started to...
Yeah.
No, they
well,
stayed
I
in
can't
the
move
house.
the children,
Yeah.
so...
Scythe, no!
Okay, so you all exit the house. You guys are honestly probably somewhere down here, if not further. Haruki, Bertold is still clinging to his belt, and it seems that the 2 young girls, while slightly older than him, seem to be gravitatingly following him around, as he seems to be the only familiar point of comfort to them in this moment.
I'm just absent-mindedly holding my necklace, hoping to feel that warmth again. Happy I felt it at all. Continuing to walk.
I guess,
Okay, but does anyone, know the way back?
I assume it's the way Haruki probably knows.
Haruki, you would know the way back.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Uh,
did,
roll a survival check just to see how quick you can get them to the trail.
okay.
First roll. First roll.
Survival check. Natural 20.
Ralph, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Wait, hello? My bad. Survival check.
Yes, please.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh, spicy.
You scoop up Bertold in one arm, and hold him close. Your sword already cleaned and sheathed. And you look over to Malin, give him a nod, and you start walking in a mostly south, slightly east direction. And within easy minutes, you come across the trail that, for some of you, is frustratingly mere feet away from where you were all trying to find the trail of Bertold before. But he leads you to a trail that seems to be a very clear southern route back towards the small outpost village of Frostfollow.
How long is the travel back?
About an hour,
Okay.
and you would know this.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just hurry everybody along and be like, let's get everybody back as soon as we possibly can.
I think we rode our horses some of the way, so we should probably stop by our horses and reclaim them.
Not a worry. I'd say it maybe adds 10-ish minutes to your journey back. So, at around about an hour or so before sunset, you all arrive back in the small, humble town of Frostfollow.
Oh, it's so humble.
Oh,
What is that supposed to mean? No, I'm just. I'm gonna hurriedly make my way back to the tavern.
Okay, so you make your way back to the Tabby's Tail, and you kind of leading the group, you Chin, and you see Gert is kind of sitting off to the side, individual standing around him, and he seems to be actually holding a cup of some sort of liquid. Silva, the daughter, is kind of sitting off close to him, but not right up next to his chair. The rough cut wooden planks of the tavern seem to kind of hold air close in a very uncharacteristic way. But as you enter, Bertold immediately shouts out, "Papa! Papa!" And he's just like trying to scramble out of your arms.
Put him down and let him run to his father.
He scampers off, and as you see like him as he embraces his father, you see a little bit of the tears start to well up on the sides of the young child's face again, as the father kind of has him there in a tight embrace, eyes closed. Hasn't said anything yet, but is just squeezing almost to make sure that he doesn't disapparate and to like reassure himself that he's really there.
I will walk up to them, and I will tap Gert on the shoulder twice, and then walk into the tavern.
Okay. Alright, so you walk in. As he taps you, he just kind of reaches up and grabs your hand as you go by. He kind of grabs your wrist, and he looks up. I will never forget this. Nor was this town. Kind of like lets your wrist go softly.
I just kind of give him a nod and continue to walk in.
Gert looks over the rest of you. And you? I don't suppose Haruki did all this himself.
Well, we had help from Palor himself.
to see you all survive. And my son as well. Tell me, what trouble was he in?
Well, and I'm like glancing at the kid who's right there. Perhaps this is a story best left for a little later hour.
What do you mean?
The important part is he's okay.
It's kind of at this moment when he kind of goes down to kind of hold the hand of Bertolli, and he looks at, by the gods, what?
He had been taken by some monsters of an unsavory disposition. We sent them on their way to the grave. They will
All of
probably
them?
live longer. All of them.
DM, are the two other girls that were also captive inside with us?
They're inside, but they're standing very off to the side of the threshold of the. Like,
I sort of like glance at them and I say, without Bertold's help, those two probably would have been lost. So your son's a hero in his own right.
I look at Malin very confused.
Can I start serving
But I-
tea to everybody?
Don't say anything.
Yeah. Roll the tea check.
Ooh.
So excited for tea.
Can I counterspell
You
this?
can't. No, this is not.
He's not casting a spell.
You still have spell slots?
Fuck were you
Disadvantage
doing,
and
man?
shaking.
Still have spell slots after that shit. Dude.
I have nothing.
Nothing!
19?
19. Okay. Not dissimilar to the first tea that he brought you guys. This is a very, very nice oolong with a slight hint of jasmine and orange. It is it's warming.
Oh my.
The subtle spiciness to it, or the subtle citriness to it. Excuse me. The subtle citrus gives it this nice kind of bite flavor that helps you focus on your senses focus. After a harrowing fight like that, it helps you almost clarify a little. It's very fragrant and very wonderful.
I don't drink the tea. I go up to the girls. Do you two live in town?
No, we said we are from Frostfollow.
Okay, we'll take you back there. For now,
Really?
this is... Yes. For now, this is a nice tavern to stay in.
We've never been in a building this big. Well, we have been in buildings this big. We've never been in a building this wooden before.
I come by and I give them both cups of tea too.
What's this?
Trust me, you're gonna like it.
Jeez.
Make a persuasion check.
Easy, easy money.
Well, this is Haruki we're talking about.
23.
Whew.
The other girl, she goes, "Oh, this is like the hot leaf juice that Auntie makes.
It's tea.
Yeah, the hot leaf juice."
It's called tea, child.
Okay.
Oh, tea. Like the okay.
I say, no, P with a P.
No. Don't listen.
Is that how you...
Some hot pee.
No, wrong. It's tea. Don't
Definitely
stop.
tea.
No. Mm-hmm.
Petit?
Shh.
Tea, like
no,
tarantula.
it's tea. It's fine. Okay. Anyway. And then I guess I'll just
Right
I'll
in my
awkwardly,
ear.
awkwardly walk away.
Thank you for that breezy right in my ear.
Can we have rooms for the night?
Gert comes over. On this is a tavern, not an inn. However, I could ask Rainer. His barn is he does not keep livestock. It is for storage. It is not much, but it is hay and it is warm and dry.
It's good enough for me.
Oh, it will serve.
I've
Oh,
done worse in my
I-
time.
Just like to bring up, don't one of you have a magic hut of some kind?
oh.
You all look over to
One of
see
our number
Eltor
does. sometimes.
passed out on the bar.
On the bar.
Yeah, not sitting on it.
Inside it.
Part of the wood.
At which Gert says, "I'm so I cannot thank you enough for bringing my boy back, but if you could please take care of that one."
Of course. He will trouble you no further. I kind of
Where?
scoop him up
He
and
wasn't.
sling
He
him over
wasn't.
my shoulder.
He wasn't a trouble. He was a talker. He has tales. Many of them, I think, taller than he is.
He does have that tendency. He has much yet to learn, but he is destined for greatness.
If,
They kind of pat his back.
Can I at least go to there's the barn ready?
Yeah. Before you all leave, says, "Please, one moment, please give me just one more moment of your time." And he rushes into the back, and you hear some clattering and clanking for a minute, before he comes back with a sack that seems to be having some sort of metallic clink to it, and he goes, "Please, I know it's not much, but it's everything I can spare right now. Please, for my son."
Good sir.
You hardly need to spare it for us for dispensing justice.
If it wasn't-
Indeed.
You just said it's for your son. Give it to your son when he's old enough.
I just look back, give an evil eye at Malin.
Haruki's kind of just like dumbfoundedly staring at these fools, like,
I'm looking at
huh?
Rethi with maybe he's okay. Cautiously.
Yes, I will. Maybe if he finds a good lass, it could be a nice dowry.
I
Someday.
mean, he's got
That
two lined up
sounds like
already.
a suitable use.
If you open up a savings account, he can go to college.
I don't know what that is.
Is this some doctrine of Kelor?
This is a strange. Wherever you come from, small dark stranger, this is you have but.
Very far away. Anyway,
Please, let me give you some food and drink before you. Please, you don't have to go now. Eat, sit, relax. That is for sleeping. Here is for drinking and for sitting.
well, if you insist, and then I sit down.
Perhaps I should deposit this one somewhere more appropriate.
Breathy, I'll take it.
Ezias goes, "No, don't break your back. I got him." And
Very well.
picks him up by not over his shoulder, but picks him up by his belt and carries him like a suitcase. And follows Dinar to follow this gentleman, younger man, kind of sandy blonde hair, cut very in almost like this like simple bowl, wearing very plain, like seems to be either farmer or day worker attire, like simple orange and brown tunic with some sort of leather vest over. But he just goes, right, if you just want to follow me over here, give you what the rest you're looking for the night.
I give the rest of the group just like a half smile, but my eyes aren't smiling. So just like
Don't
think,
know.
and I
Your eyes
go
look
to the
like
barn.
they're frowning.
I just leave and follow the guy to the barn.
It's about 3 buildings over, or 3 buildings back. But he lets you in, and it's very humble. It is a barn, but seemingly well made, and it is dry and it is warm, and as you lay down, it is the most comfortable you have been in a long time.
Is there like a barrel full of water or anything?
No, but upon request, Rainer can go grab you, gets you one.
Okay. If it's okay, I just want to say what I would be doing before going to sleep. I want to take off the armor and sort of just sit there staring at the scars that I have on my body. Mostly focusing on the one on the shoulder and the one straight down. And like if I could see it in the water barrel, just like staring at it, thinking. And I'll just be sitting there contemplating until other people walk in.
You sit there and you meditate, and your mind feverishly jumps from watching through half-closed eyes as Zendel jams his sword down, and how much that moment reminded you of another from a younger point in your past. And as your mind goes back and forth between the 2 figures lording over you at different points, the soft sound of breeze through trees, somewhat sourceless but ever comforting, comes from around you. And though no wind blows, you see the surface of the water tremble ever so slightly. And you hear the sounds of creaking tree limbs in a comforting caress around your soul. And you sit there for a long time and you contemplate these things. The rest of you are sitting in the tavern. Food is provided. It is hearty and tasty, but very basic. Potatoes, fresh bread, or fresh at the beginning of the day. This is now end of day bread. Is brought to you. A single roast duck is brought out, smelling of game and meats. And it is taken into with gusto and with great graciousness. Those of you who wish to keep imbibing tea, Haruki
More
happily
tea. Anybody
continues,
tea?
happily makes
I
more.
will happily continue to drink the sea. You make a fine pot, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. I take pride in my tea.
As you should.
Have you considered making whiskey or
No,
some more
no,
alcoholic beverages?
I have. Where I come from, we used to drink this drink called sake. It's
Sake?
an alcoholic beverage derived of from rice, but I haven't had the time to try in your world. I mean, do you have rice?
Do we know?
Yes, rice exists. Primarily, interesting enough, comes from the mostly Dragonborn area of Rashik Empire.
I probably
Is there
don't
a
even know about
drink
it.
made from fermented rice in the Rashik Empire?
Nope.
No? Okay. In that case,
I nudge
some rice, you
Ruby
say?
and I say we could make good money off of
Curious.
this.
I mean, I consider myself more of a fisher than a beer back, shall I say? But
You fish, you make money. You make booze, you make money. It's the same.
I mean, I could give it a go should we come across rice, but I mean, I wasn't known for it in the village, so it might not be as good as my tea. But then again, I wasn't really known for making tea anyway. It's kind of a mediocre tea maker, but
Do you say so?
yeah, quite. There were much better people in the village.
Someday we'll have to visit this place and find those teas.
What is this magical place you said you were from?
Yeah, I don't know if that will be an endeavor we could so easily go upon. I mean, unless you want to be stabbed repeatedly.
Unless
Sounds
what?
like
What?
where I came from. I think I'd enjoy it very much.
Oh, huh. Weird.
Maybe you should pour some whiskey in your tea, and then you'd be more conducive to telling that story.
Are you
Ah,
new
that's a
to this
good
world,
idea.
too?
Are you saying that to me, or?
Yeah, I'm questioning you, Malin.
Oh no, I'm from here, around here.
Oh. Wait, so what about the stabbing thing?
Oh, that's just childhood fun.
Is this customary?
Some places, I imagine, yes.
I look over to like everyone in the group and be like, is he fucking with me?
I look
Probably.
over at Donar and I say, "You remember when you were a kid, right?"
Dinar is not
And
there.
you're-
Dinar is
Oh,
meditating
jeez.
in the barn.
All right, I say it's a
That's just-
here.
That's just a big barrel that you think is me.
I look at that barrel and I say, "You remember?"
Is he okay? He hasn't been drinking my tea, right?
Did you already put whiskey in the tea?
That's not. I wouldn't. My tea.
This
doesn't do
one's a
that.
serial liar. Don't trust him.
Hmm.
Anyway, anyone more tea?
Ale is
Please.
also provided for those who wish.
What was
Good.
his name again?
Which one?
The one that owns
Gert?
Gert.
Gert.
Gert Trust Tallow.
Is Gert here, or is he with son? With boy?
Boy.
He is both boy Bertold and Silva, his sister, are around. Gert seems to have, now that his family is back, he has taken kind of there's you almost feel like there is this weight taken off his chest, and he seems to be jumping back to his work in Augusto. His two children are behind the bar, playing and or serving. There's an older couple, like an older farming couple that's sitting off to the side, that is happily entertaining them as they seem to serve them whatever it is they can find behind the bar. Silva seems to be determined to keep Bertold distracted from his recent turn of events by keeping him busy.
I will.
And
be
Haruki,
assisting
you
Gert
notice
with
this.
that. Mhm.
Sorry.
I would also have been like, kind of commanding him around to like, oh, make sure serve tea over here, kind of do that kind of thing. Kind of.
Yeah. No, you
To
you
push
bo-
him
you-
into
you-
normalcy, or shove
Absolutely.
him into normalcy.
So you do that, and as you do that, and as you and Silva kind of play off one another, you notice that despite Silva always being childish for her age, you are impressed with her ability to step up when the moment is needed.
That's the sister.
Yes.
Okay.
I come up to them and I kind of ruffle both their hairs.
I cast prestidigitation and
Oh my god.
I make a little hook like the ones they were playing with when we first met them. And I try to give it to Bertold without anyone seeing.
Bertold, who has a big smile on his face when he turns and he sees the hook, his eyes go wide with fear. And he just kind of freezes.
Hey kid.
Do I see this happening?
I'd
say so, yeah.
Sleight of hands?
Sure, go for it. Roll a sleight of hand check, Haruki. Roll a perception check to see if you can see Malin with the hook.
What are you buying?
17.
Malin, what'd you roll?
22.
Ooh, shit.
Without a flicker of anybody noticing, unless anybody's passive perception is higher than 22, which I don't think it is. For some reason, all of a sudden, Bertold just freezes.
Yeah, I just act like nothing happened.
It's like you showed him your dick and then just walked away. He's just like staring at you.
Bertolt,
I
can you
really
grab me
thought
some
that
more,
would help.
Can you grab me some
Halor
more...
will remember that.
What?
Bertolt, can you grab me some more cups, please, for the tea? Bertolt? Cups for the tea, please.
Oh, yeah, I can grab the cups. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Get the cups!
Thank you very
Excuse-
much, Bertolt.
Excuse me, Gert.
Yes. What is it can I can do? Small companion.
Come a little closer. I'm a little too short. Listen. When the night comes and you will be trying to sleep, you may find it very difficult with all these thoughts flowing through your head. And I just want to let you know that you have to grieve. You're going to have to let it happen. Don't try to bottle it up, and just show Bertold lots of love. And it's going to be hard. He's going to be angry, confused. You'll just have to hold him close. Just tell him you love him. But it will pass, and it will get better. That's all I had to say.
I will remember your words.
Stay in the light.
Thank you.
Back to drinking tea.
I take a giant swig of whiskey and I stumble over to Haruki and I say, Haruki,
Yes?
are there any fields where someone could get some time alone around here? Very inconspicuous places where someone would have some privacy to do whatever they wanted.
Do I know of such fields?
Little boy.
I mean,
Oh, God.
the closest would be Rainier's farm. It's about maybe a quarter mile.
What's the
I'm thinking-
furthest?
I'm thinking like an open field sort of situation.
The furthest would be Rainier's farm, about a. This is a very small outpost town.
Nope. No.
I look at everyone and I say, I'm going for a walk. I'll be back eventually, and I just leave.
Ugh, if you must.
Is he always like that?
Someone's very vocal.
Apparently, yes.
Gert gives a dark look to the older couple as they kind of take their whitish yappy dog that around and they just like go, I'm sorry.
All right. So, question for the DM.
Sorry.
Hello, that's me. DM here.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Blim.
Oh, hi.
Rude.
Are there do vengeance gods exist in your universe?
There are deities that deal with retribution of different levels. It really depends on what you're looking for.
In what way?
Also, well, to no further, roll a religion check.
Oh, okay. Jeez. Yeah, no, I get no bonuses for that. $17.
If you're in, you know of several deities whose domains would not be against the thought of violent retribution. Among them would be both Tyr and Pelor, two of the creator gods.
Oh, dear.
Bahamut, one of the independent gods, as well as the Raven Queen, and Kelemvor. You do not know. Let's see. I have to look at my other notes. Hold on.
Yeah, I noticed you have a whole list of.
I have to go back and I have to
gods
finish. I have to finish the. I completely.
You should just make one right now.
No, I have the list of the gods. I haven't just made it on. Haven't transposed it to the wiki yet. Based on that roll, there might be a couple, maybe one or two other gods, whether they are malevolent or not, that might deal with that. But there is no god of vengeance. And you know that is the thing. You know that there is no singular god of revenge.
No god of war.
There is a god of war.
No, it was a joke.
There are two actually.
Okay.
Listen, boy.
I'm sorry.
You must stay focused. At least one of us make sure we stay on the path.
Alright, so I stumble, sort of hobble my way into, I guess, an open field around the farm. And
Okay.
it
takes you a while.
I thought it was only 3 paces, 3.
And this is after you said you just chugged a glass of whiskey.
Oh, can I do an acrobatics check?
For the whiskey?
No, to get there faster.
That'd be a survival check.
Ooh, no, I'll take my time.
Okay. About 20 minutes later, you reach what you assume to be some sort of clearing.
I fall down to my knees and I say
Hello.
to whoever's listening as I'm looking in the sky, the people I'm with, they've all been touched or given some sort of attention by the gods. And I'm just a simple man. A thief, some might call me. But I've seen the power that these other gods have given them. And I feel like my cause is just. And the things I need to do, I don't know if I can do it alone. If anyone's out there who can help me, I could really use it. And then I just pause and sit in silence and think about what I've been through in my past.
Roll a religion check with advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
Ooh.
Rolling with advantage.
Double one.
Mm-hmm.
One more. Show me the god.
15.
You sit there for what you feel to be minutes. And you get frustrated with the lack of response. They all seem to have attention. Why don't you get attention? Why don't you get what they have? What do they have that you don't? You've seen more than they have. You know more about the world than those pompous dicks ever could. What about them makes them so damn special? And you pick up a rock and you throw the rock, and it hits a tree. And as there's a slight tunk as it hits, and you hear a rustling of feathers, and a caw, 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 as a raven's head, agitated, looks over at you, and then flutters and flies away.
Fucking birds. Yes, I start making my way back to the farm.
Okay.
Has everybody else cleared out of the tavern yet, or no?
I probably haven't yet. I sit there for a while.
The tavern itself is actually getting livelier. You guys showed up pretty early, and it's the sun is about setting at this point. But you've seen more and more of the party that you've arrived with slowly start to disappear.
Okay. I will hang around the tavern, on armor, and then as soon as I see all their faces trickle out, I will do stuff. But until then, I will just walk around, serve the bar, and keep Bertolt occupied.
I was actually gonna stay in until I saw Malin again or something, or until it got late.
Malin, do you head back to the tavern, or do you head back to? Are you heading to the barn?
I'm heading to the barn. I'm gonna just sit there and cry silently to myself.
Next to Donar.
5 feet away
So-
from Dinar, staring at himself.
So Dinar, you are sitting there meditating, contemplating on both the sign you apparently have been given as well as the other recent events. Make a perception check.
Woo! This is Dinar's specialty. Ooh, 3.
You do not hear the half-elf angrily crying to himself as he sits. No, he has not come in yet, but Malin, you find an outside corner. As you push the door open, you see Dinar sitting with his back half to the entrance.
You know what? I kicked Donar in the back.
Okay, so brushing angry tears off your eyes, you go over. Make a strength check.
What was that pebble?
Okay.
2.
So Dinar, you sit there. Okay. Well, here, Dinar is sitting there pensively, not expecting to get hit. You come over, and all of a sudden, you just kind of. You don't get knocked over. You don't knock over the bowl, but you just kind of like. What? And you turn around and you see Malin standing behind you. You kind of like pivot.
I just glare at him and go back to looking at my reflection.
You
I don't say
bastard.
anything.
And I go sulk in a corner. What's one more person to not give me attention?
Holy shit!
That was too good.
Don't give him what he wants.
That's your song. That's your song right now.
I hope it's Simple Plan. I haven't clicked it yet.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and then you go back. Krenor, you're waiting up with Haruki.
Dinar is a copy machine.
Yep.
Rethanir, how long do you stay at the tavern?
Probably till fairly late, actually, given my sleep requirements. At some point, I'm just kind of sitting awkwardly there, not with like a half-finished plate of food in front of me and a cold cup of tea, as I've gotten distracted by this spell scroll that we found. I'd like to take that out and take a look at it.
Okay. Are you going to take your time with it, or are you just going to try to assess it based on your...
I'm going to sit there with it for a little while, so
Okay.
just kind of trying to discern its nature and if it might be useful to us, or who it might be useful for.
I will say over the next half hour, you're able to discern it is a ray of
Ray of what? Sorry?
frost.
Ray of Frostfollow?
Next time you try to talk to the gods, see what happens.
So, I guess. Let me just. I will look it up just to make sure that I'm getting the terminology correct. So you should be able to find it in D&D Beyond.
Yep. Ray of Frost?
Scroll of Ray of Frost, yes. Or Ray of Frost scroll, whichever one.
Whichever. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will just roll it back up and...
Dinar, you try to stay awake, and the longer you stay, the more the exhaustion hits in, and eventually sleep takes you. Before Rethanir is able to make it back, Rethanir is choosing to do the latter half of his 4-hour.
I'll probably stay at the tavern until like 2 or 3 a.m. or something. And then...
Krenor, Haruki, how long do you guys stay up? Do you wish to do anything, or you guys just setting up to help each other?
I'm specifically waiting for all these new faces to leave the bar so that I may do something.
Okay. It's not. You wait about an hour or so. You see, Bertold seems pretty tired. You help Silva put him to bed. It's getting a little bit later, and Gert decides to close things a bit early once he sees Bertold get sleepy. At this point, the only people in the tavern area itself, as Gert gives you a final nod and a pat on the shoulder as he turns in, the final 3 people in the tavern itself are yourself. It's pushing 10, 11 o'clock at this point.
Oh, okay. In that case, yep, I'm very much still there. Just kind of staring at nothing in particular, thinking.
I will, casually come up to them and be like, well, after today's events, I doubt you guys aren't tired. Would you like me to show you to the barn where your compatriots are staying?
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess it's that time, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, Gert wanted to close the bar, a little earlier. I know. I'm not
sorry,
kidding.
How rude
I
of
didn't
us.
mean.
Didn't realize.
Wait, no. I didn't
Well.
mean to. You're welcome to stay. It's just that.
No.
Oh, that came out wrong. I apologize, and I give them both a deep bow.
Oh, what are you doing? Did you drop something?
No. It's
Are you okay?
No, it's an old habit. I apologize. I did not mean to offend and or try to kick you out. I am very much in your debt for helping me return
course.
the boy. So
I kind of look around and realize that it's empty. Oh, well, no offense is taken.
Indeed.
No need to show me to the barn. I shall find it myself eventually.
Are you sure?
And I walk out without further word.
Well, I
Um,
guess I'll go with it then. Thank you, Haruki.
okay.
Glad to have helped you. You make some great tea. Goodbye.
Go.
And I'll just walk away. I don't want to awkwardly stammering at me some more.
I'll wait
walking
like
with
10 minutes before. 10 minutes after they exit to finish cleaning up the bar, make sure everything's done, and then after that, I would like to return to the first place that I've entered this world.
Okay. It's a little ways off.
I will make the.
You know the path very well.
Mhm.
And even in the dead of night, it does not take you long to get to the soft curve in the creek that you first remember seeing and hearing.
I will sit down and just take in the sights and sounds. And then after a couple minutes, Haruki starts to sob, just bawling his eyes out.
Okay.
Smiling though. And he says, I don't know who or what you are, but I understand now. I see the evils your world has, and I will give my all to protect those who need it. I only ask of one thing. If you could, I would appreciate if you could tell me how my family was doing. Just every so once in a while. That is all I ask. And then I spend another 30 minutes just hanging out there, and then I will return back to the tavern and go to sleep.
As you sit there in quiet contemplation, and you stand up, and as you do, you don't know if it's a trick of the moonlight or something. As you stand up, you swore the creek rose with you ever so slightly. And you blink again, but in its pattern and level seem to be consistent and the same.
I head back to the tavern,
Okay.
and before going to bed, check on Bertolt, just to make sure that bastard's in his bed.
Bertold is not in his bed.
I slowly...
I leave a hook on his pillow.
You just see Malin giving you a giant middle finger as you
Oh,
walk.
it's on, bitch. Here comes that action surge. I will peek into Gert's room.
You see Gert and Silva and Bertold, arm around each of them, holding tight, blanket askew, covering most of Gert, but more of the children.
I sleep outside the room.
Is there anything else anybody wishes to do before turning in for that?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Alrighty.
Malin, boy, come here.
I begrudgingly get up and I approach Krenor.
Come outside with me.
I'd rather not, but let's see where this goes.
And I stab him with a hook. No. Alright, so we're outside. Let me tell you a story, Malin.
Ah, another one of your stories. Very well.
Well, there once was a young boy who lived quite literally in the darkness. His life was dreary, constantly on guard. Boredom beset him, and he, well, may have made a few bad decisions. And one day, after a night of possibly making some bad decisions, walking with his wife-to-be around in the darkness of the cave, they ran into a monster, something even taller than you, claws and teeth and gnashing, and it was at that moment, at that very moment, when that boy, surrounded by darkness his whole life, first felt a light come to him. That light glowed out for him like a beacon, gave him strength to overcome this giant beast. He stepped in front of his wife-to-be, made sure that beast did not touch her, and sent it back to where it came from. And soon, that boy grew up, became a man, and he knew he could not live in this dark, dreaded place anymore. He accepted this new light, which he knew was from Pelor himself, and took it upon himself to spread his good word, knowing the gift he had given him and the opportunity he had given him to live another day, to help others do the same.
Is that your story, Krenor?
Well, I mean,
Oh, to think. Going towards the light was what caused my problems. She wanted me to be a better person, and I tried. But if I had just stayed in the dark a little longer, I would have seen what was going to happen. Fuck all the light did me. I hope your god Pelor remembers what he did to me. He is the god of light, isn't he?
well, yes. What could Pelor have done to you?
Well, I look around me and I see the gods doing things for everyone. What have they done for me besides take away the ones I love? But you haven't done it, they were at least complicit. They seem to help every goddamn other adventurer out here.
Well, at least I'm not within earshot of Rethy here, but death is part of life. And, it's...
And yet, I know at least one of your members, or at least before you and I came along, came back from death. So what does it even matter if the gods can just pick and choose who they want?
Well, it's not my place to question, it is my place to serve. And I just wanted you to know that, well, it's always there, and redemption is always a possibility. And you have an inside ear now.
Maybe one time, but I don't think redemption is the answer for me. I think I've gone too far.
Oh, boy. I haven't even... Don't believe that ever, let me tell you. The things I've seen. Always believe in redemption, and that's when the light will touch you.
I've failed to see that in the time I've spent here, but I'll take your words seriously.
You open your
And
mind
I'll
to
see.
it, it can happen.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone with my thoughts for a moment.
Of course, of course. Good night.
I
And then I go inside.
I grab Krenor on his shoulder before he goes inside, and I say,
Oh.
"Thank you. You've given
Luck
me
be with
some."
you, boy.
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say that yet, but I thank you for trying.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I guess we'll see.
And then I walk inside, and I'm thinking, fuck, did I go too far? Is that too fast? Where's my pamphlets?
Rethanu, you'd be getting back to the barn at about the time you see Malin and Krenor part ways.
Okay. I just give Malin a sideways glance. And walk in without saying anything to him. Settle down for my prayer and meditation.
And as you all eventually come to well-deserved rest and meditation throughout the night, several things happen. First and foremost, Rethanu, your eyes closed in meditation. You feel the pull stronger than before, and you blink and try to focus again. And as you do, and you blink and you look around, you are not in the barn. You are once again standing on the massive silver scales you saw once before. You look up and you see the great masked face of Kelemvor above you.
I kneel. Such as I can in this state. Or intend to.
Rise, my child.
Hello.
You answered the call. You found your balance. You have served what I have required. Now, your guidance is needed elsewhere. Complete what you must with your companions. There are hopefuls that need the light brought to balance the dark of their eyes. Your destiny now pulls you into a path I hope you can walk. And as the face fades, you get a flash of a tavern that you walked into with Eltor many, many months ago. You found a strange wild woman, a short bow-bearing halfling, and a rather cheerful dwarf bartender who was all too happy to talk about booze and beer.
Of course. Shall be as you say. As you will.
Malin,
Whew.
you, frustratingly so, arms crossed, shove yourself into the corner of the barn, and in an almost unconscious effort to keep yourself as uncomfortable as possible. In the furthest corner away from the rest of the group that you can muster. Your dreams are dark and troubled. You dream of your past. You dream of a moment of reconciliation, of vengeance, of the killing blow. And the dream repeats, and every time it does, that blow is blocked by a singular raven clawing its way at your face. Each time you try, again and again and again, and each time the raven appears out of nowhere to stay your hand, block your spell, slap the blade from your hand. The stream repeats and repeats until you wake with a start in the morning, in the middle of the night, excuse me. Frustrated, you look around, you see the sleeping rest of your party. Roll over and attempt to find a slightly more comfortable position. Krenor,
Oh boy.
you, throughout your rest, a single burning orb appears before you. And you feel, as it gets closer, that your sight will be taken along with your hearing. And just when it gets to the point where you can't feel you can bear to stare at it anymore, you hear a single booming voice call out, I am hopeful for a change. And that's it. Dinar, you sleep so soundly throughout the entire night. Holy crap, this straw is soft. Oh my god. It is so comfy. It's like having a breeze trickle across your face, like being able to almost feel a warm brook babbling its way over your scales. And you open your eyes for a moment, and just for a moment, you seem to be back in the Yindle Sanctum, amidst the comforting boughs and roots of its inner holes. And you blink and you try to focus on that comfort, and you are back in the barn. Still comfortable. Still cozy. The bowl still and calm. Pushed slightly more empty after Malin kicked you. Haruki, you have constant nightmares. your mind races through every possible notion your subconscious can muster of you not getting to Bertold in time. Walking in as the feast occurs, seeing the aftermath, trying to imagine what it would be like to come to Gert, the first person really to show you kindness. And you toss and you turn outside of the house, outside of their room, for a good long while before the door creaks open. And you see Bertold walking out, kind of ashen-skinned, pale-eyed, and you bleary-eyed looked over in his direction, and he kind of half trips over your foot. And as he looks at you and your eyes connect, he collapses into your arms and starts to sob. And you sit there and you hold him tight. And as you hold him, the sobbing subsides, breathing calms. And as you hear his heartbeat through yours, there is comfort that life still beats because of your actions and the actions of those people you slowly drift back off to sleep. And we're gonna take a break.
Thank God.
Yes.
So bad. Thank you.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to be that guy.
That guy. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Alright, be right back.
Because this past 30 minutes or so has been so fucking great. Oh man.
I also need to put my car in the driveway, so I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I need to also put my car in Gil's driveway, so I'll be.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just, sit here with my nightmares.
Thai curry chicken. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oy, oy, oy. Hello? Oh wow, literally everybody comes back magically at the same time.
What, everyone's here?
Well, no. Just you
Yep.
and Blim. And
Ooh-wee.
myself. And there's Krenor.
That was a whole lot of doing without a lot of rolling. Didn't roll a single thing.
Hey man, I mean, I
That's
rolled
allowed to
I rolled
happen
a natural
sometimes.
20,
I'm not complaining. I'm just commenting.
so that
I don't
means-
know. I rolled a 3.
True, you did roll a 3, but I mean, then again, it was on
Perception is your strong
so-
suit.
Yes, yes, it is. It was a 4 minus 1.
That'll do it.
Look, I'm more perceptive than Malin is strong.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
That sounds like some fire being tossed out. Some shade.
God, why did I turn this party into God's happy fun time group?
Yeah, I didn't.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that until Malin's dynamic was just like literally they're all fucking god people, and it was just like
My-
Well,
we
I
are
clearly
realized
we
that
need more
fucking
warlocks.
Is
I
is
realized
Randy
that.
here?
Oh God, I would love a warlock. Oh my God.
Whoa, 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 whoa! No god
If you
spoke
want
to
to turn
me.
Haruki into a warlock, I'm sure you could have him run through the chest with some demonic sword.
He's a hexblade.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, could it be his father's samurai sword? He's a hexblade. How did
Such a curious thing for you to.
Hello? Would you like
I've
some
been
tea?
waiting so long.
Was that 2 sugars or no sugar?
I want you to touch me.
What?
Oh,
Akane?
He wants you.
In your arms, boy.
What?
He wants you to caress his shaft.
is there a young boy?
Akane, not like
Ah,
this.
We will do great things together.
Wait, what? We already made Hideki. I don't understand.
After all, Lord Voldemort did great things.
What? Who was that?
Sorry, part of Abby's birthday was finding out there was a Harry Potter marathon on Sci-Fi, so we watched like 1.5 of the entire septology.
Nice.
I've never seen the 6th one or 7 part 1.
Samesies, does that mean I'm a bad
Oh, really?
human being?
Did
Yeah.
you not see? Did you see 7 part 2?
I did, strangely enough.
Yeah.
this
I'll
is where
try.
you could be an adult in the 21st century and not have seen those movies. But apparently you can.
I
I mean,
have all the movies on
I've
Blu-ray.
read the books multiple times each.
Books are better.
I honestly prefer the books to the movies.
Yeah.
I never really jumped on the big fan train of the movies. I liked the first 3 a lot. I liked the 4th one, but for some reason I never hopped on the movie hype train.
I actually really like the 6th movie, but
It took me a year and a half to watch the last movie.
Anyway, are we all back?
Malin?
Malin.
rude.
What a...
Classic Malin.
I didn't have enough
What a
ice in my
dick.
iced coffee. I feel so left out.
It's just too...
So
There's too much
incomplete.
No, it's I have 3 ice cubes and then milk and coffee and then chilled coffee and milk. So
You didn't
Sounds
roll
like you should be drinking a beer instead.
coffee. True.
Ugh.
I've had 3 beers already. Right, that's
Actually,
enough.
do I want a beer?
Is
And now you're taking
Yes.
some
Yeah,
uppers.
you're right. I do want a beer. I'll be right back. Actually, I
Damn,
want...
See,
damn
that's a good
breezy.
Blum, I wanted 2 beers tonight, and it's because of you that I've had 3. So
Yeah, but I mean, don't do the 4th one for me.
Oh, good news, guys! I placed my first legal sports bet
good for you.
because it's legal in New Jersey
Is that good
now.
news? I think it's just news.
It's fun news.
No, it's good
Is it?
news.
Now we're waiting for Ralphie,
Okay.
who I think was the first one back.
I guess I'll get some whiskey then.
Also, I know it's an hour loop, but this music has been strangely appropriate for
Yeah, no,
all
it's-
the
it's
conversations
been
that have been
awesome.
going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Skilliga.
Oh, also Malin. Fucking A, or Randy.
Oh, what?
I could not believe. You don't even know. Right now.
What?
You don't even know.
You're right, I don't.
The discussions I have had with our your DM.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Can I roll for that?
No, you cannot.
Okay,
I mean, you
now
can.
what did I miss?
You can certainly try.
What, can
Alright.
I certainly try?
So, the morning calls for a music change.
Ooh.
It's Walking on the Sun.
It's Mermaid Murder by Death Clock.
Nope, it's a trailer for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
That sounds like an ad, silly.
Oh, it's some Fortnite music. That's cool.
So you all awaken. All of you, exception of her, come to consciousness with the sun rising. Blinking through various levels of comfortable sleep. Malin, you wake up frustrated, but confused. The rest of you come to consciousness as you. The day is yours. What do you wish to do?
When I wake up, do I see Rethi?
The whole party sits before you.
Hey Rethi?
I'm still kind of sitting in my meditation pose. Yeah.
Can we talk?
Clearly.
Outside? Privately?
Very well, Dinar. Make my way outside. Yes.
So I don't know how to talk about this, but you're good with life and death and stuff, right?
I don't know if I'm good with it. I simply seek to preserve the balance of it as best I can.
Cool, yeah, balance. And I don't have my armor on at this point, by the way. So I don't know if you noticed during the fight, I sort of lost my sword for a bit and freaked out a bit after running in.
No, I didn't.
Well, that happened.
I believe it.
So I have a lot on my body. Lot of. I shouldn't be here right now. I've been in groups where I lived, but I shouldn't have. I almost died with you guys. I don't know how many times. I died with you guys. Twice. The second time, I had a choice. And I don't know if I wasn't ready to go. I don't know if I was scared. But I don't know if I made the right choice. Honestly. Should I be dead? Should I be on the other side? Before you guys came back yesterday, I was just thinking and thinking and thinking, and I think that I did make the right choice, and I think that it's okay for me to be here. But I don't know. I think if it happens again, that's it. I'm ready. It's on me. I really don't know. And you always talk about life and death and light and dark and balance. And I didn't know who else to talk to.
Kind of put a hand on Dinar's shoulder. Actually, I guess it's more like this. Had your choice not been the right one, the gods would not have permitted it. Clearly, you are meant to do more yet. And while we all must find our way to the grave eventually, it seems that there is some further purpose for you in this world still. But for one so young, your fears and your words are wise. Take
Last
comfort
night,
that you could not be here had it not been the right thing.
I, for the first time in a long time, dreamt of home. But yesterday, we were here, and 3 people are alive because of it. Do I stay? Do I go? I don't know what to do. I look at these scars and I think, what would happen if I weren't here? Would those 3 be alive? Would they be dead?
It's not a useful word to have. What would have happened, what could have. It did happen the way it did for various reasons that it did. And here you are. With only the future before you. But you must follow what you believe to be whatever path that leads you down.
I think my goal is to go home by making this world better. My family, they know I love them. I know they love me. And I want to see them, but I guess third time's the charm. If I die again, I'm ready.
And that is good.
If I die, it's done. That's, like you said, it's the way it's supposed to be. If I'm meant to be brought back, cool. But I'm not asking for it. One way or the other.
Nor should one ever.
I think I could do a lot of good with you guys. We've done a lot of good, and I think I could do even more. Okay.
Well, I
Thank
hope
you.
you are able to continue to do what is right in this world, and it's this motley group of people that you come across helps you do that. So be it, but you may have to do it without me for a time. I'm called elsewhere, and soon.
Wait, you're leaving?
Where the Lord of Light and Dark calls, I must follow.
But what are we gonna do without you? Where do we go?
You are already on a mission. You must go to Frostfollow. And do what right you can there.
Will you come back?
If the Lord wills it.
I hope he does. I look up to you, Rathi.
But you're taller than me.
Yes, I am. Sometimes I look up to you. Thank you, Rathi.
You're welcome.
For this conversation.
Ah. Of course.
Thank you. And I'll walk back inside.
Everyone else is in varying states of awakeness, getting things together, cleaning or not. It's up to you guys. You all see Dinar come back, kind of bleary-eyed. Rethanir, I'm assuming, is staying outside.
Is it possible I heard any of that through the farm doors?
I'm gonna say make a perception check.
I was not necessarily being quiet, if that makes a difference.
Could potentially affect the DC of it, yes.
I wasn't being particularly quiet either, so.
19.
Shit.
I'm deaf.
That was so good. Oh, shit.
You heard most of their conversation.
Right.
You didn't. You heard the part of Rethanir saying he needs to leave. Did not hear Dinar talk about being almost dead twice.
Okay, that's enough. I stroll outside the doors and I approach Rethanir. You're fucking leaving?
Excuse me. Were you eavesdropping?
No. You were speaking loudly enough. I assumed I was a part of the conversation.
You were inside a building that we were not. I don't see how that's a safe assumption.
You seem like a smart man. You know these walls aren't very thick.
Well,
If you didn't want me to hear, you wouldn't have spoken so loudly.
You were asking.
I don't really
for it.
care whether you heard or not. I just find you rude.
Well, whatever you might think. No matter how much I want to hate you, you're a good man, and those are in short supply these days.
I'm no man. I am an elf.
Humanoid. Whatever the case, people like you, there's not enough, and the world would be a better place if there were more of you. And despite what you think about me, I think we'll be worse off without you.
Perhaps. Perhaps you will find your own guidance and your own set of strengths.
I doubt it. But we'll compare notes when you get back.
Perhaps. Lord willing.
Well, in any case, take care.
I mean, I don't necessarily need to leave at this very moment. But
No, I've already said my part. I think you should leave right now.
Oh,
It'll be awkward if you.
hmm. No, I think I'll stick around as long as I see fit.
I say, I hand him my crowbar that I have in my pack, and I say, "Good luck. You're gonna need it."
Rethanir, add 1 crowbar to your inventory.
I just look at it very confused.
Rookie, you have woken up at this point, and you have gone about your daily morning routine.
In that case, I probably would have. I probably would have found the girls, the 2 girls that we saved from.
Mm-hmm.
And then brought it up to Gert that that I intended to escort them back to Frostfollow.
If that is what you wish to do, I am by no means capable of stopping. I have a feeling you could do some more good on the roads than you could do here. Anyway.
I mean, you have a little man of yourself to defend the town now. He's a rambunctious one, though may be missing a digit or 2 now.
He has been very brave.
That he has. Before I go, I will find Bertolt.
Okay.
And I will tell him a tale of the training that my village used to endure and how it's not uncommon for children to lose their fingers out in the woods. And that it's a sign he should be proud of and a badge of honor he should wear.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Alright, Grog, don't fuck me. Ooh, god damn, you didn't fuck me. 26.
What? So life's a bitch. No need to cry over it.
26.
Boy, your fingers.
Drink your ale. Pick your nose. You'll be fine.
Just pick it like this.
Use the stub.
He, in the most rudimentary way that you've ever seen, he takes his one fist that's missing the and kind of punches it into the other hand, and you see him kind of try to do, to his best attempt, the bow that he's seen you do before.
I ruffle his hair a little and say, and let him in on the I will be leaving and escorting his 2 girlfriends back to their town.
So that's my... Take care of them, uncle.
I will.
Use finger trading on you if you don't take care of them.
Okay, alright. Well, watch it, little slugger. Don't get too far ahead of yourself now, okay?
Dinar, as you're putting on your armor,
Yeah.
You notice a small black bead attached to a weird chain fall out from one of the sides.
Do I recognize it?
No.
Hey guys.
Yes.
I'm deaf.
Krenor, he said, "Hey guys."
I'm asleep still, aren't I?
You would have woken up at this point.
Alright.
You said you were deaf, so.
What? I'm fucking with you. Oh, I said it. Excuse me, Pelor.
I cast firebolt on him. Joking.
Is this anyone's?
You know, that might be mine. I was very drunk last night. I don't know if you remember this, but I kicked you.
Yeah, I don't believe
I
you.
might have dropped some things.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
It was a very intimate moment. I don't know. Things were going everywhere.
What were you doing in there with him? Were you trying to make more dragonlings? Is that how you came about, Donar? I'm still trying to figure that answer out.
Can I examine it? The bead.
Sure.
The black bead.
It looks like a piece of charcoal, but upon looking at it closely, you see there are minuscule cracks running through it that seem to give off this ever faint orange burnt glow.
Can I make a perception crack on where the cracks are?
What?
To be able to recall them perfectly. My intention is to convince Donar that it's mine because I know where all the cracks are.
We'll get to that. I'm going to finish explaining what it looks like.
Okay,
and we'll get to that. It sits itself on a burnished chain of what you initially believe to be rusted iron, but upon closer inspection, you see it is a very finely linked bronze and brass interlay that goes up and around like it would sit around one's neck. It is an item that seems of vast insignificance until one actually takes a closer inspection upon it. Sure, Malin, roll a perception check to see how closely you can look at it.
Hmm, 10.
You are sure you know this thing. It's got a big, almost cracked down the middle, almost like an eye, being a vertical slit on a cat's eye. And you definitely saw this as Donar was picking it up.
Donar,
Yeah.
you know it's mine. There's that huge vertical crack down the middle. I dropped it last night.
Into my pocket. When it
I
wasn't
work in mysterious ways.
Okay. Well, I mean,
it might have cracked in some other places as I dropped it, but there's definitely that one big crack in the middle.
Malin,
Yeet.
in the time that I've known you, I don't believe you.
Why would you say that?
Because Rethi doesn't believe you.
I don't know. I
Hey,
think
Rethi,
he's
should I
warming up
believe
to
him?
me.
In general,
What?
should I believe him?
No.
I don't believe you.
Is there any way I can convince you to not listen to Rethinir?
And listen to you?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I tried.
Maybe try telling the truth. Ever.
That's never worked for anyone.
It's gotten me this far.
And you're here with me, so who lucked out?
Does it look? You said it looks pretty cool.
At a passing glance, no, but the more you look at it, the more you see. Pardon me, ice cube. the more you look at it, the more you see that the brass and bronze are of infinitely superior quality. That the charcoal itself does not actually seem to be charcoal, but some type of black obsidian, stone-like metal that you've never seen before. It's almost like there's an ever-burning flame flickering inside the core of this thing.
Can I learn the nature of this thing if I am proficient in Arcana? If it's magic, that is.
Are you sure? I mean, roll an Arcana check, yeah.
That's
I-
15.
I'd also like to snatch it out of his hand and make an Arcana check if I can.
Well, first, make an acrobatics check to see if you can snatch it out of us.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have Dinar. We're doing this as like loose grapple rolls. So, Dinar, you are going to roll either athletics or acrobatics to counter whatever he rolls.
25.
So, 16.
Alright. Okay, so first things first. Krenor, it's definitely magical. And it is more of a divine magic than an arcane magic. Which piques your interest. However, what piques your interest more is to look over it as you see Malin immediately lunge and try to whip it out of Dinar's hand, who just kind of holds it about 4 or 5 inches higher and almost pulls Malin off his feet as he does so.
What are you doing, son?
I'm just testing him. I feel like he shouldn't have it if he can't protect it.
Get down from there. And I'm like even shorter than the little he's been raising him, trying to pull him down. Just come down here.
I let him pull me down.
Now that's some sort of holy symbol. I don't recognize it myself, but it's certainly magical.
Well, why don't you pray to Palor and maybe he'll tell you all about it.
Krenor, you said it's holy?
Indeed it is. This could be any god.
Well, it's just like
Definitely.
Reti said. I'm gonna put the necklace around my neck.
Okay.
Next to my griffin feather.
Sure that's a good idea there.
Do you wish to attune to it?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
It's just like Reti said this morning.
what did Rethi say this morning? Just
Okay.
put on
So-
things.
I'm thinking this in my head.
So I'll type this up and send it to you later, but because this is a thing that is cool, this is a mote of the fallen flame.
Ooh.
What?
While attuned to this necklace, you are essentially under the effect of the Death Ward spell.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
So the first time you fall to 0 hit points, you are instead immediately brought back to 1 hit point and are stable. However, once this effect has been used, it cannot be used again for another 7 days.
Okay.
But I will type that up and send that up all to you.
Okay.
Because D&D Beyond does not let me do custom stuff yet.
Are you
So.
sure?
Do you want me to try
Well,
to...
I have to publish it and then do like things with it that way.
I
But
think you could
But
just
can you
make
put it on the wiki page that we have?
it will show up on the wiki page. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Wait, so are we aware that that's the effects now?
Now you have no idea what it does.
You don't
No.
know shit.
Not even Donar.
So we'd have to
Dinar-
wait for Dinar to tell us.
Correct.
Okay.
So- Okay.
Dinar is aware of what I just told him.
Okay.
No one else is aware of that.
Donar, I don't think it's a good idea just putting holy symbols on, like...
This is a half hour later, by the way.
Oh.
By that point, I would have wandered to the tavern for
Oh.
breakfast.
Well,
and
as
tea, so-
you wander out, you've come across Haruki, who is heading towards the barn, horses, twins, and food in tow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is everybody else up?
They're getting there.
Hmm.
Some more quickly than others. And here I was hoping to enjoy another cup of your excellent tea this morning, but it seems you're about to be on your way.
Oh,
Is
I mean,
Bertold awake?
I can we can always brew one on the road. I think it's best that we try to get these two lovely lasses back to their parents as soon as possible. We'd hate to cause more worry and hardship. I also brought food for the road, so
Well,
I mean, I
could...
wouldn't want to. I mean, I'm assuming you guys would want to, see this through. I wouldn't want to impose if you were doing, other, important tasks out here.
I believe that most of us will indeed be heading that direction. Business of the Lord calls me elsewhere, so I will not be able to sample your tea on the road, I think.
Well, I mean, if you give me a couple minutes, I could probably brew up something in the barn. I mean, I always have my cooking supplies on me.
If it would not be too much to ask, this is the best cup of tea I've had in a long time.
Then, barn tea it is.
All right, so you're making barn tea, Malin. Are you going to look for Bertold?
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough. You go into the tavern. Garrett is there. He seems to be preparing breakfast for the rush of people coming in before they head out for the work for the morning. And he looks up. Yes. I remember you. You were the one that wanted the wineskin before you left, yes?
Sorry, who's saying that to you?
Gert.
Gert? Yes, Gert. You know how I like my wine.
I don't, but I do have a wineskin for you.
Well, you do now. I do still want that wineskin, but I'd also like to say a few words to Bertold, if I could, to maybe try to return him to some semblance of normalcy. I'm sure you understand.
Of course. Maybe come see me when you're done with my son. I can have the wineskin for you.
I'll come right after.
He is out back with Silva. You can go through the side door there if you wish.
I walk out the side door. Thank you, Gert.
You see, there's like a small gardening area in the back, and Silva and Bertold are picking what seems to be various herbs and spices.
Do I see... So, how many fingers did Bertold lose?
He lost 2 fingers on his left hand. He lost his little finger and his ring finger.
Okay, so he still has 3 good fingers?
Yes.
Okay. I walk up to Berthold and I basically do a quick sleight of hand kind of flourish with a coin, with using only 3 of my fingers in front of him.
Okay. Make a performance check with advantage.
I swear to God, if you traumatize this kid. Natural 1, it hits him right in the eye. He goes blind.
Every time Millen tries to comfort this kid, he just brings up more memories.
He becomes Two-Face.
Accidentally minor illusions and Oni face onto himself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
17.
Okay. There's a bit of a hiccup at one point that you're able to kind of bring your other hand around and cover pretty well. But as he turns around, you tap him on the shoulder, and he turns around, and there is an initial kind of like to his face, like not like jump start, but just like I do recognize you. Okay. And as you kind of with a half smile, you crouch down. And with only one minor slip up, you're able to deftly twirl a gold coin in between your first 3 fingers and bring it up, holding it in between your index and thumb.
Listen, you might have lost some fingers through this, but as I've just shown you, with some practice, you can live a full life with what you have. All of us, we live with the cards we're dealt with. And I think you're a strong man already. And I think experience has made you grown up faster than I think you had any right to. But I think you're strong enough to do it. You'll make it through this, and I look forward to seeing what you're capable of when we come back through here.
Will you teach me that trick if you come back?
I sure will.
Did you go to the same training that Uncle Haruki went to?
I think we went to slightly different schools, but I think between me and Haruki, the things I've seen him do, I think you'll grow up to be a good lad.
You watch as he takes his left hand, missing the fingers, he makes fist, and he kind of punches his other palm with it, and you see him do this weird bow kind of like motion, almost like keeping his waist and hips very like stiff as he kind of bows forward in this very like stocky, jerky, uncoordinated motion.
I try to replicate the bow.
Okay, it's about as stocky and jerky. He just goes, You're good like Uncle Haruki. Come back and teach me the trick, okay?
You have my word.
Okay, I have to go pick flowers now with Silva. We have to make sure Dad has enough.
You pick your flowers, boy.
Okay, okay.
And I wander back into the bar and get a shot of something strong.
At 9 in the morning.
I was about to say, damn.
Garrett gives you kind of a knowing I don't know who in your group does the money, the schnapps and the wineskins they are on the house. The first one from last night, of course, but
Rethenir handles all the financial things. You can come to him with all the specifics.
It's not much. I just the drink. I can replace the drinks. The food and I have a discount in mind for the food, but I hate to ask, but it's a small town, and I feel a little bit helps.
How much do we owe?
3 gold. I know it's a lot to ask.
I'll pay it.
So. But thanks very much. Much appreciated. Mark 3 gold off. And that's for all of the other teas and drinks that you guys had, all of the food that you guys ate.
Everything? Oh.
Yeah. It's a humble town.
Yeah, okay. I just have to figure out how to do that.
If you go to current, there's a currency tab now.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
under equipment.
Yeah.
And if you click on the currency word.
Yeah. If you,
Oh, okay.
but that 3 gold covers at a discount all of the food and most of the drink that you guys have had through your 2 days here.
All right, cool.
All right. So you all gather back up. You all get on your various beasts of burden. Haruki has, through the grace of Gert, supplied you guys all with about 4 days worth of rations. To distribute as you will. You also have the gold from Brienne's house to divvy up if you so wish.
Indeed, and I do.
And what you can do as you guys get back on the road and begin to make your way towards the large town of Frostfollow. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going. You guys traveling along the main road, a path that is fairly well traveled. I'm just going to have whoever feels like lead the party to make a general survival check. Whoever would like to lead.
I'm probably not going to keep riding with everybody for too long, so. But anyway, if we divide the gold 7 ways, I believe, that comes to about 34 gold each.
I give mine to Malin.
What?
Take
Why?
my gold.
I'm very distrustful about this. Why would you
Malin,
give me your
We're not
share?
all like you. It's okay.
What does that mean?
I'm a practical joker. I'm not someone who will use this against you. I have no need for gold.
What do I owe you?
You owe me nothing.
I feel like there's a favor coming up.
Well, I just noticed you paid for all our supplies and food.
You wouldn't have
Back at
noticed
the
that-
inn.
that
You would have no idea.
wouldn't-
You know, I had no idea, but I really thought.
Also, before we head out, I would just, I would be at the front of the pack. I'm not saying that I'm leading this endeavor to Frostfollow, but I would be at the front of the pack and just be like, okay, nonchalantly talking, small talk, and then I would turn back to everybody
For-
with a smile and be like,
For-
so, you all closed out your tabs, right?
Yeah, for the sake of flavor, could I request that maybe someone notices that they haven't paid anything?
I would have turned around and been like, heh.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
Have we not settled our tab?
I don't think we have.
I thumbed the sword a little bit and
Oh, well, I suppose we should do that.
I thumb my sword faster.
I go to the tavern and attempt
Everyone-
to settle the tab.
Everyone begins rubbing their swords.
You walk in,
I-
and a very awkward Gert says, it's a young half-elf. Already paid me?
Did he now?
Haruki, Haruki, Gert, they paid, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Hmm.
Who paid again?
It's your young half-elf friends over there, the moody one.
Really?
Check your purse. Is the coin still there?
Yes?
Ah.
Oh.
Curious.
my bad.
Then I walk out.
Yep, I'm walking out.
Well, we're off, Gert.
Take care of yourself, Haruki. No matter what happens out there, you have a home here.
Oh,
You know
you
that.
know me. Come on. An old man like me, I can take care of myself. Oh, my back.
But,
Oh,
but can you take care of them?
Of course. Come on. Do you see these biceps? And I walk out.
I have, that's why I ask.
What?
Have a good journey, I'll see you soon, Haruki.
Malin,
Yes, Granar.
now why did we ride all the way back here?
Yes, that was. We couldn't have. You couldn't have just said we were wasting daylight. These children need to be home. Like what?
Does no good deed go unpunished?
What? I didn't tell you guys to ride back here.
Anyway.
When he asked if anyone had paid the tab and you said nothing.
I feel like no one actually said that.
What?
I feel like he
threatened you.
did.
He may stumble his words, but
And
they do
even,
come out
like-
eventually.
You don't even
What?
know I paid it. I don't know who paid this tab. I don't know what you're talking
He
about.
told us you did, so...
There's so many half-elves in this town. It could have been
There's
anyone.
Not a single.
Can
would
you
know.
never tell the truth for just once?
I
Why
mean,
should any of us trust you? Why should any of us travel with you? Tolerate your presence?
I mean, that's not your problem anymore, as far as I know. So why are you questioning it?
So long as you continue to ride with the Chosen One, then it is my problem.
Do they do this all
By
the
the
time?
way, everyone, he hasn't told you yet, but he's leaving.
Who? Wait,
Oh, well, I've told some of you.
are they always
Eltor
like
just
this?
Eltor blearily looks up from his hangover. Wait, you're leaving me?
Well, unless you would like to come with me, which you are certainly welcome to do.
I got my tales to tell, man. I have my story. Where are you headed off to?
The Lord of Balance, and the Judge of all, calls me back to a place we've been before. Business of his there is not what the direction I expected to be called at this time, but where he answers, I must go. If you would like to accompany me, I would welcome your company, of course. But if you feel it is your place to continue your journey to Frostfollow, then I would bid thee well until such time as we're able to meet again.
Reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder. I hope I see you soon, Rethy. I really, really do.
And in Halfling, I say, be well, and try to keep an eye on these folks, especially that one.
I mean, what else am I here for?
That remains to be seen, but there is greatness in your future yet. I'm sure of it.
Do I know he was talking about me?
Do you speak Halfling?
Nope.
Then no.
I did give you a really dirty look, though, so...
I thought we had a moment.
Alright. So, you all... Bethany, is there anything else you'd like to say before you depart?
Well, I sense that you all may be riding into graver danger than I. I don't use this much. I take the light crossbow that I've been carrying around. If any of you feel it will serve you better than it is like to serve me, you're welcome to it.
I'll take it.
If anyone else feels it will serve them better, then it will serve me.
I think as a spellcaster, if I had no access to spells, it would serve me better than anyone else.
I'm not giving it to you, Malin.
You should give it to me.
I'll trade you for it.
I'll trade you more than he will.
Shut up. Haruki.
I don't know why you hate me.
Because you're a liar and a thief. Now shut up, or I'll shoot you with this.
I sense a little hostility between these two. Is this
Maybe that's what I want.
Anywho, so, I mean, here, I will brew up a batch of tea for you to take on the road.
And in any case, I take out my other crowbar and I toss it to Rethinger.
How do you have two crowbars?
I don't even try to catch it. I just let it fall.
I say, you might need this. Jenny would say with a straight face.
Haruki, I will happily take you a pot of tea.
Do I need to make another tea check, or is that using the tea check?
You have some left over from Fritz.
Alright, well fuck you. I pick up my crowbar and I take it back.
I'm really not interested in you.
Well, I'm
And I
interested
give
in you.
Haruki the crossbow and the bolts.
Alright, so Haruki, you now have a light crossbow bolt. Give him Rethenir.
I think I have around like 19 or 20 left because I like never use it. So.
If you've never used it, it's probably 20.
I think I used it like once in the fight against Xandal, so I think
Okay, so
19.
19 light crossbow bolts.
Gotcha. And I will hand him the water skin of tea.
Okay. It smells of jasmine and orange.
I mean, it's been a pleasure. We reckon you, right?
Yes. Haruki.
Well, safe travels, and may the wind guide you where you walk.
The guidance of my lord is sufficient for my purposes, but
August
thank you.
always helps.
Can I cast throw hands at Rethenir?
What?
Just want to punch him in the face.
Sure. Is that a ranged spell attack or is that a saving throw?
That's just a melee attack.
Oh, so you just ride up to me and punch me?
Oh, you're
Yeah,
just saying. Oh, okay. So you
I
ride
just
up.
want to punch him in the face.
Okay, so you ride up in front of him, kind of stare at him for a second. Whack! Roll to attack.
For me, is that just like a D20?
So roll a d20 and add your strength modifier. I don't believe you're proficient.
Nope, I'm -1 in that. Oh, sorry, I accidentally opened Google Chrome. Show me, like,
Money.
JavaScript shit.
What?
I'm legitimately confused right now. I just asked you to roll a d20. 16. Does that hit?
It does not. I just catch his fist and then twist his arm back really painfully.
I'm gonna
Ow,
miss
ow,
you.
ow, ow.
Fuck.
I'm not going to miss you.
That's the way I like it.
Hey,
I hope you meet whatever end you deserve.
Ah.
And for the rest of you, may you walk in the light when it is cool, in the shade when it is warm.
Well, why do they get that?
I mean, to be fair, you just tried to punch him.
Well, yeah, but we have a rapport.
I'm going to cast blindness and deafness on Malin.
I believe you have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, no, I'm going to cast blindness on him.
Okay.
Counterspell?
We'll
At
try to
what
spell it if you want.
What level are you counting at the base? Third level?
I'm only casting it at first level, so.
I was asking Milan.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like the base 3rd level.
Okay, so mark off a spell slot. Rethenir, you grasp your holy, point it out towards him, and as you do, fizzles in front of you.
You ain't shit.
You just hear Azaz in the back go, "No, I really just love a fucking dick measuring contest, but get on the, the tone for the expedition."
Big muscular lady. There are children
Hi.
here.
Aye, there are.
Use your words.
I just start walking. I just kick the horses and start going off.
They ain't my children.
Some decor would be nice.
All right, and with those emotional goodbyes, Rethenir makes his way in a more northwesterly direction, and the rest of you make your way towards the town of Frostfollow.
DM, can I try to slip 100 gold into Rethenir's pocket without him noticing.
That's pretty heavy.
Make a
A lot of
hefty
gold.
sleight of hand check, because that's a lot of gold.
Clink.
You're trying to like throw a pouch in a pouch.
I should have checked how much gold I had beforehand, but
Now you have
With,
2 gold pieces.
alright, I can do this. It's fine. Okay, so do I have disadvantage or.
No, it's just a hefty DC.
Okay.
I also have a really high passive perception, so.
Mm, 10.
10.
Wait, what?
Oh,
that's
22.
wait.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
What do you mean?
You rolled a,
Nothing.
no, you rolled a 16. What is your sleight of hand bonus?
It's +6.
So 22.
Oh,
Rethenir, what's your passive perception?
Only 17, so.
Okay. So you don't notice him until he is already essentially wrist deep, shoving some sort of large package into your coin purse.
At this, I do grab his wrist and try to, like, twist his arm so he falls off his horse. Are we on our horses or still standing?
You guys are both on your horses still.
Oh, yeah, so I try to twist his arm so he falls off his horse.
Make a athletics check. Again, we're gonna do a contested grapple, so make an athletics check. Malin, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
16.
So Malin, choose either athletics or acrobatics, whatever is higher, and then roll a d20.
Oh,
21. So you go to twist, and
oh shit! Yeah, 21.
and like a snake, his arm out of your grasp before you get a firm grip on it.
Sorry, I'd like to take the time to say I didn't realize I didn't scroll down all the way on my.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I didn't realize beforehand. But yeah, 21.
Get. Oh,
Yeet.
I look in my coin purse to make sure everything's still there.
It seems a bit heavier than it was before. Actually, it's a pretty decent amount heavier than it was before.
What's your game, Snake?
You're my game. I think the things I need to do, you might help me with that. And knowing your relationship with the gods, they might help me with that.
Not likely.
I'm gambling. I feel like you know I'm a gambling man at this point.
I feel like you reek of sin.
I feel like you might like sin if you tried it at some point. Different conversation for another day.
I have no interest in having that conversation with you, Malin.
We'll have it whether you want it or not. I'll do all the talking. But if I give you this gold, it's an investment that you'll come back and you might help me accomplish what I need to accomplish. And I think that's worth it in the end.
If you wanted to give me some gold, you couldn't have just told me you wanted to give me some gold instead of reaching into my coin purse like a thief.
I'm not good at this, and
Clearly.
what kind of thief do you know that just gives people gold? I don't.
A devious one.
But all you need to know is that I might need your help at some point, and I'll need you. And I hope you show up.
I accept your donation in the name of the Lord Kellenborn and will put it towards his purposes. But do not think for a moment that this has bought you any measure of trust or friendship from me.
Oh no, I have no need of trust from you. I'll build enough of it from your friends.
What? No, that's some fucking dark shit.
We shall see.
One day, one of us will be the outcast, and it might not be me. Take that as you will.
And with that, Rethanir stoically rides away opposite the sunrise. And the rest of you
say goodbye.
Kind of said. I did say goodbye.
I
And
did.
tried to leave before somebody shoved his hand in my coin purse.
Well, I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast. I think. What? Damn it! What is it called? Thaumaturgy. One last time. Boom my voice to 3 times as loud. Rethy, I didn't say goodbye. So goodbye. And it's super loud. Everyone around me.
My ears.
both of the kids immediately.
You,
And you're
The
just
horses-
Goodbye.
all of the horses around you just go. Dinar's steed stoically stays where it is.
Yes, he does.
Summoned.
Why?
Raise a hand and farewell and ride off the other way.
I flipped him off.
And the rest of you look forward towards Frostfollow. Hopeful and
Frost-
anxious
Frostfollow?
with whatever lies for you in this town of supposed intrigue. And that is where we're going to call it end for the night. Because I know some of us have to get up very early.
Yay, 5 o'clock in the
So
morning.
early.
And I appreciate that. I was up at 4:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I'm so
Man.
sorry. That's awful.
Actually, technically I was up at 4 because Abby had to get up at 4 for a stupid thing, so I was up at 4. Whatever. Thank you all so
Breezy,
much.
You did a phenomenal job tonight. Actually, this is probably like my favorite night of playing, so...
It means quite a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I hope everyone. I think we all needed a little bit of a little bit of a story bump, and not so much of a
yes.
Yeah, I mean,
balls by the
whatever,
sea.
You almost tried to
Was
fucking kill a
appreciated.
kid fucking 2 weeks in a row, so it's fine. It's okay. It's not like that's stressful in any way, shape, or form. No.
No, I look forward to seeing how, like, John ruins my life, and,
There are so many rabbit holes that got open tonight that
Yeah.
I cannot wait to explore.
You have no
Oh
fucking
my
clue.
Oh my
I-
god.
I don't know, guys. I slept pretty peacefully.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so, Blim, are you not playing anymore? What's happening?
Well, I just can't play for the next month, so.
Oh, okay.
So wait, can we chip in and buy you Wi-Fi in Nepal, or is that like not a thing we can do? Or
I mean, you can give me money if you want, but.
I will send you
But I'm going to
Wi-Fi.
But I'm going to be trekking, and my connectivity will be very limited. So.
Can we
will
buy
send
you,
gold on
like-
D&D Beyond?
yeah, can we like send you super internet?
I'm also on the other side of the world. So when you guys are playing is probably when I'm going to be walking. So.
Oh, just like take different hours, I guess. I don't know.
Well, have fun, dude.
Yeah. No.
Like, don't help people, but like just play with us. I don't know.
No.
That's really selfish. Okay.
By the way, Blim, did
Okay.
you see in the chat? Guys, the game's over.
Oh, you gave me the Griffin tone thing?
I gave you one feather.
Oh, thank you. I have no idea what it is, but alright.
You were there for that.
No,
The
he
Griffin
wasn't.
thing? Resi was not.
right, he wasn't.
You just,
No,
yeah,
he was
literally.
I was
you
just-
just
I was
literally
the
handed
DM
him a
for
Griffin
that.
feather. It's like, alright, please, bro.
You
I
just,
still give it to him.
Brethanir, you just got an unusually large feather.
Is this a bear?
Thank you, Donar.
Ugh. Anyway, guys.
Yeah, well,
Thanks
again,
again for
thank you all so
being-
much.
Thank you.
No, dude,
Thank you.
you outdid yourself tonight, and I appreciate that. That's like a cool thing.
I
Yeah,
have.
thanks for
I
playing,
have-
guys. It's always, if we would just be 3 or so people, it would be always less fun. So.
No, yeah, I like everything except for like Raphael.
Wow. Okay. Well, this
Wow,
Is, this is
rude.
awkward. Anyway, well, also thanks guys for watching, and I guess we'll figure out something about next time when we're playing next week.
And also like and subscribe on YouTube.
Just like and
if you
subscribe
can.
Randy's channel, not our channel. Just his.
Yeah, just mine.
Just his.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I put stuff in my hair today specifically because I know I'm.
I love it. That's so cute. You're adorable.
Like, It's,
Oh.
and I'm comfortable enough with me to say that.
I mean,
all right?
you're competing with Matt Mercer, so I don't think your locks aren't there
Ah,
yet.
yes.
He does have quite
Because-
the hair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that
Locks
is the
Locks.
first comparison that I should be made
Yeah,
towards.
no, yeah, of course.
The Hum Nobody Brewing DM should be compared to Matthew Mercer.
No,
Let's
yeah,
please do
yeah.
that.
Alrighty, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.
Alright, yeah,
or not.
yeah, cool
Okay,
swag.
bye.
Peace out, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
guys.